Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. We're waiting to just get started. I really do appreciate all of you people being on time. Today, we're going to be introducing the Bullard Alignment Healer Workflow by Dr. Jonathan Bullard and Austin Heath, his dental technician. So first, I just want to introduce ourselves. My name is Alex Jackson. I'm the marketing director of Evolve Dentistry, and next to me is Tristan Drescher.
Hi guys, I'm Tristan. I know most of you guys on here, and I couldn't be more excited to introduce to you one of our best customers and also our good friend, Dr. Jonathan Bullard. And Austin, I met Austin the day that Dr. Bullard hired Austin, and we were happy to get him into exocad. Alex is going to fill you guys in a little bit more about our friends.
All right. So 13 years ago, Jonathan Bullard started integrating digital technology as a dentist in Georgia. Looking forward, he has continued to purchase and work with Evolve and be at the forefront of implantology. Dr. Bullard got his doctorates from the Medical College of Georgia after graduating cum laude in business administration, which probably leads us to why he's such an entrepreneur and problem solver. He prides himself in being this problem solver, particularly in the full arch workflow, where he has spent his time trying to optimize the outcomes for his patients. He is a fellow of the Academy of Dental Implantology, as well as a diplomat of the Academy of Oral Implantology. And then beside him is Austin Heath, who started as a dental technician in 2013. And he quickly evolved into a very skilled CAD/CAM technician working alongside Dr. Bullard. And they have worked really hard on trying to save us steps in the ICAM workflow. And I'm really excited to have them introduce the Bullard Alignment Healer. So, Dr. Bullard.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Alex, thank you for that great introduction. And Tristan, thank you both for all you've done to encourage us with the Bullard Alignment Healer and everything you did to set up this webinar for us. So we're going to talk today about what the Bullard Alignment Healer is. And we're going to start off by introducing ourselves. My name is Jonathan Bullard. Alex, I think you gave us a great introduction there. I've been in practice for 13 years. I practice in Martinez, Georgia, right near Augusta, Georgia. And I've been working with Austin Heath for about a year and a half now.
That's right. My name is Austin Heath. I'm a digital designer. I've been in the dental lab industry for about 10 years, going on 11 now, focusing primarily on aesthetic crown and bridge cases in the beginning, and then to high production dental laboratory management. And now I focus primarily on design and smile creation for our patients. So we're going to introduce to you today what the Bullard Alignment Healer is. Briefly, it is a custom scan body that we designed in-house and we use with the iMetric ICAM software for implant alignment and then also for tissue management on our full arch cases. So I'm going to go through the anatomy of our healer so that we can better talk throughout this webinar. I'm going to start with the internal components. We've got the MUA seat and the screw seat. Then we go into the screw channel. This is where the screw actually seats down into the healer. And then from there, we go into what we refer to as our alignment surfaces. That starts with the cylinder top and the cylinder wall. It transitions into what we refer to as the shelf. This actually retracts the tissue away from the primary alignment surface. It also allows the tissue to heal away from the seat of the MUA. From that shelf, we go to the healer wall and then to the healer emergence, which ties us in back to the MUA.
Awesome. Good job. That was a great description there. I'm going to begin to talk about the benefits of the Bullard Alignment Healer. The Alignment Healer really was born of our not necessarily frustrations, but we're always trying to figure out how can we maintain or improve quality in our process while saving time or saving steps. And anytime I can eliminate, I try to do the things that I do a little bit faster every time, think through those processes. But when I can eliminate a step, that's even better. So some of the benefits of the Bullard Alignment Healer are that it's easy to scan and easy to impress. That shelf stepping out from the upper alignment portion to the wider portion or the healer portion of the alignment healer is going to give you a nice broad area, 7.1 millimeters to scan, or in some cases in the lower arch will make a physical impression. On that shelf, you can inject light body impression material. We like to use a wash impression technique, and we've been able to get great scans with that technique. Removable screw. We thought about putting a thick screw within the Bullard Alignment Healer. We decided a removable screw in the end would be best. One of the benefits with that, you'll see in a video later, that when we hold the healer down, we can hold it by the shelf and then run the screw down and be sure we're getting a good positive seat. Another advantage is cleaning the healers for a future use. You don't have to clean down around the inside, around the little tiny multi-unit abutment threads. Also, as you're using a new screw with each case, since you've taken those screws from surgery and put them in your temporary arch, you get a fresh set of threads every case. This next point I just made on the last point, so we'll move along. Increased surface area for alignment. From what we've calculated, typically you're going to use the upper 3 millimeters of whatever alignment device you're using. If it's as tall as the 6 millimeters, which would be the same height as the typical reference cylinder. Is that the MURP you call it?
That's right.
That's right. From that, it's about 65% more surface area to align to. So we've got more data, and that's going to give us a better alignment. It saves a surgical step. So the main surgical step that it saves is during surgery, you're going to remove the ICAM body, so the dominoes coming out. You're going to put the Bullard Alignment Healer in, then irrigate, do your grafting, whatever you need to do, suture around the healer, and that's going to stay in place until your temporary teeth go in. That's the contrast of putting in an alignment device, suturing, and then taking that out, and then having to fish down within your already sutured tissue to get a healer in place. Another surgical step that we discovered later on was really after looking at a post from my friend Aldo out in California. He was doing a mid-surgery impression to use the existing teeth for alignment, but our variation of that is with the Bullard Alignment Healer with the size and dimension. We're actually able to use, a Regicil rigid or rigid impression material to lock in around those healers and the teeth that we've selectively left for alignment. And that allows us to have a nice clean scan path with no stitching errors. Sorry. Excuse me. So, pardon me. So the last benefit, they're titanium. Titanium is obviously very good with the tissue, and it's something that's going to last for multiple uses. So here's a video. It's a sped up video, but this is a case where it's a lower impression. It's a case where we did selective extractions. We did a mid-surgery scan, but now we've made an impression. It's a wash impression technique. It's the same technique they teach for core whitening. I like that technique. We're using Exafast impression material here, yellow heavy body, and then the pink for the light body. So you'll see as this video comes to a close, we're going to zoom in, and you will see the nice broad surface that we were able to get for alignment. And in some cases, such as this one, you can have the option of scanning intraorally post-surgery. And we had a case just last week where we did that, and we actually got a better alignment with the intraoral scan, which was amazing.
Yeah, we took a PVS impression and an intraoral scan on that case and leaned towards the intraoral scan. So that was wonderful.
Yeah, and another exciting moment at Bullard Dental. So a quick pearl here for our healed cases. You know, we always want to go back and scan the healed tissue to make sure the intaglio of your final is perfect. In this case, you can see we have some nice tissue training on this case. But what we prefer to scan a healed case with is, in your ICAM, it's going to be the desk part number 20100. but we use those it's just a quick, it allows a very efficient scan. They scan very easily. And then you can work that backwards through iCam to relate to whatever alignment device you used on surgery day.
Yeah. So like for us, we use the Bullard alignment healer on our surgery day. And then when it's time for final impressions, we switch to the DES healing cap. And within the iMetric software, it's referred to as change geometry, but you can basically convert any healer or any scan body to another.
Very good. And if you need some more information on that or training, you could reach out to Austin for some training, or certainly our friends at Evolve. The removable screw, we mentioned this earlier. What we like to do, well, we use the DES 19.406. That's equivalent in external geometry to the 19.018. It's just a different driver. We prefer the SES driver. The 018 is the Unigrip driver. We also do have this available if you like the, what is it? The Louisiana?
Oh, so we do DES, Vortex, Rosen, and Powerball right now, but any prosthetic screw that you currently use in your office, if you'd like to keep using that, we can manufacture a custom healer for you.
So the idea is you're going to use the same prosthetic screw to hold down your healer. You're going to remove that from the healer the day after, or whenever you put your temporary teeth in, and that same screw that was holding the healer down is going to go into your PMMA.
All right, so I'm going to go over the alignment surface of our healer. Dr. Bullard mentioned earlier, we've got about 65% more surface to align to when referencing the standard cylinder to the healer. And with this, we did initially in the beginning just use the cylinder for alignment, and the healer portion, retracting it away from that cylinder, allowed for some great alignment. But after having a meeting with Forrest, he so graciously implemented our healer into the iMetric software. And you can see on your screen now just the sheer amount of alignment surface to align your iMetric data to the intraoral scan of the tissue. And exocad does a great job of identifying perfect in this wonderful shade of blue. So we really like that as well.
Perfect is my favorite word, and blue is my favorite color, so that just works out. All right, so saving a surgical step, this is also sped up. So this is when we reach the point in surgery where we've taken our iCam, and we're going to remove the iCam scan bodies, and we're going to place the Bullard alignment healer. While I am pretty fast, this is sped up. So I do like to use the implant handpiece for this step. I actually place the iCam bodies with the implant handpiece and the Bullard alignment healers. I'm using a Neodent short Unigrip driver, which works fine at 5 Newton centimeters to place the healers and the iCam bodies. You can see there where I'm using my finger to hold down the shelf of the healer. And then that'll pop the screw up a little bit, and then we just run the screw right down. The settings that I use are 5 Newton centimeters and 140 RPMs. You could use one of those battery drivers, or you can do it by hand. I've found that using some form of electric driver for me has been helpful, really just in the wear and tear on the joints of my fingers over time. All right, so let's get this last Bullard alignment healer in. Okay, so that's it. Those are set, and that's the way it's going to be until the temporary teeth go in. So when we say great for mid-surgery scans, I've got a short video after this slide. You can see on the upper right where we flowed the Regisil rigid material, and you can see the way that it flows around the healers, engages between, in this case, between healers and between where I've done some selective alveoplasty. Actually, on this case, on the upper right, you can see that's an implant crown. So I can't think of a better reference than an implant crown, because that's just not going to move anywhere. On the lower right, you can see a scan where we're referring back from mid-surgery to pre-surgery, where you can see the nice blue alignment there. And in the middle, you can see just a quick tip. I know a lot of people do different alignment techniques, but you can see we use the tenting screws from Salvin, and that whole middle screen is a case from last week with amazing alignment, and it was a perfect jaw relation. So here we are. This is a video. It's the same picture on the upper right. but the video is showing the technique where we've done our full flap, we've done selective extractions, selective alveoplasty, and those 3 teeth are going to reference us back to the pre-surgery scan, and then those 2 healers are going to relate us to the post-surgery scan. So it's all about connecting one scan to the next, and the more accurately you can do that, the better your occlusion is going to be, and the less you're going to sweat on delivery day.
That's right.
All right. So here's another pro tip. So one thing I found, you can see I'm holding rongeurs there. So I just found a rongeur. The one that I already had was about the same diameter at the tip as the Bullard alignment healer. So I'm holding that tissue, the really thick palatal tissue, and I'm going to take a fresh 15 blade and trim right around an outline around that rongeur. And that's going to allow that tissue to lay down right beside the healer. Because you really want to, you want to have clean, flat tissue as much as you can. And we like to take that opportunity on surgery day to go ahead and train that tissue, because your intaglios, you want absolutely no concavities in that design. If you've got a compressed tissue the day after surgery and it's a little bit uncomfortable, I am okay with that, because in the end, you want your patients to be able to clean their prosthesis. So you can see we are doing a little bit more trimming there, and then all of that will end up suturing down quite well. I do use, on the lower arch, I use the Texas 2-step, which is a horizontal mattress followed by a continuous. I found on the upper arch more recently, I tend to do more of just a continuous suture to allow that. I mean, it's nice thick tissue, it adapts well, and it allows us to have a nice flat tissue to adapt our prosthetic. All right, so lots of tips here. Okay, so one thing that we love about the Bullard alignment healer is that it's a great reference for measuring tissue heights. If you're not already measuring tissue heights, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to communicate with your lab. So after we've placed all of our implants, we number those implants from low number to high. So upper right to upper left to lower right. We always go in the same order. Let's see. Okay. Slide kind of jumped there, but so you can see on the video, I take a Pritchard, and then I'm going to compress the tissue right by the healer. The healer from the MUA seat up to the shelf is 4.5 millimeters. So we're going to measure down. And so let's say I measure down 2.5 millimeters. That means that I want my prosthetic intaglio surface to be 2 millimeters from the MUA seat. And on the right, you can see this is just a video that Austin put together to demonstrate how he measures up. There you go. You can hit play on that again. Oh, great. Perfect. You can see how he's measuring up from the MUA seat to where he wants the intaglio to be.
There we go.
There you go. You can see those adjusting again.
Yeah, and in exocad, that's referred to as the abutment base. So if you're talking with your designer and you're giving him these measurements, you're telling him how much to come up off of your MUA seat.
Very good. So the better your communication, I believe, the better your prosthetic. And I think all of us, our goal, well, we want things to be simple. We want things to be quality, but we also want to take great care of our patients. All right.
Good to go.
There we go. So what is our target? Our target is perfect. Are we perfect every time? We're not. Do we have to adjust on a bite from here and there? Yes. But in this case, as it has become more and more common as we've perfected our workflows, you can see this is perfect. We use our facial scan, get all of our angles correct. The midline is perfect. But what I'm looking for me, for an occlusion to be perfect, is that the upper canines should be resting on the lower canines. That means there's nothing is off left or right, front or back, and the jaw relation is exactly the way that we recorded it.
That's right.
Yeah, very good. Lots of fist pumps around here when the occlusion is perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And we get to go home a little early because we don't have to hang around making adjustments.
That's right.
Very good. So The Bullard Alignment Healer is now available in the iMetric software. So if you reach out to iMetric support and let them know you want to add the Bullard Alignment Healer to your library or your menu, at the time of surgery, you can select that and it'll pop up just like this in your iMetric software. And then you'll know you're going to have 65% more area to align to.
All right, so where can you purchase the Bullard Alignment Healer? Well, we've created a new website. It's bullardinnovations.com. With the purchase of one set of Bullard Alignment Healers, you will get 12 healers, and then we'll also provide 2 of the narrow version, which is the same dimensions as your standard MURP cylinder. You can purchase them from our website, and if you have any questions or would like to talk with either one of us, you can reach out to us on our Instagram and Facebook page under Bullard Innovations.
Very good. And those 2 narrow healers or devices that you're going to get, that's typically going to be used in the lower anteriors. Occasionally, I'll get 2 MUAs just a little bit too close on a small arch to use the alignment healer. So you might use 1 alignment healer and 1 narrow, or if they're too close for that, you might use 2 of the narrows. In that case, I've found when they're that close, your arch still seats fine. But these narrows, rather than having to reach in the drawer and grab an MURP, these are going to receive the same screw just like the Bullard Alignment Healers. So if you're using the DES 19.018, you just hold these narrows down just the same way. And what we figure, a pack of 12 will cover pretty much all, most full arch, double arch cases that might get 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom. All right, we are going to open it up for questions. Our website or our email is on the upper right. I don't see the YouTube on there.
Let's see if it came in.
That's all right. If you're interested in seeing some of my YouTube content, it's at JLBDMD on YouTube. I've been keeping up with that for a couple of years now, and we'll probably be throwing some content on there for Bullard Innovations.
That's right.
On the spinning picture there, you can see this is an arch we finished recently. Austin's got a great protocol worked out for polishing titanium. We believe you should be able to see yourself in the intaglio of an arch. So if you need some training on that, just feel free to reach out. Austin will be glad to help you. And then in the spirit of Halloween, we had a patient the other day who wanted some long canines.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
This would be the ultimate canine guidance case. Perfect occlusion with some long guidance.
That's right.
All right, we're open to questions that any of you guys might have.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining.
Yes, sir.
Looks like we've got a poll.
Yes, we do have a poll right now. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. You guys did such an incredible job. 60+% improvement is definitely a big improvement, and it's a meaningful step forward for the process, saving time and also increasing the patient outcome. We are open for polls, questions right now on a Q&A section. We currently do not have any questions, but I think that's a testament to the fact that you guys did such a good job explaining your new
Alex,
product.
I'll mention one more thing, if you don't mind, Alex. You had asked us yesterday. We've been using the healer for quite a while. Actually, when we first used it, we've used it exclusively, and we're up to about 70 arches with the healer. Well, in addition to the newer users who have been out there using it. So overall, it's been solid.
Yeah, very successful. Like you said, from day one, we used the healer. We kept using it, and it's just been amazing for the surgery and also for the design steps. So, yeah, it's been wonderful.
Very good.
All right. Well, if that is all, then that concludes the webinar. I do appreciate everybody who did attend today. And if you do have any more questions, you feel free to reach out to any of us at Evolve Dentistry or go to Bullard Innovations to directly get in contact with Dr. Bullard or Austin himself about their product. Like I said, again, thank you for attending, and everybody have a great day.
Yep.
Yeah.
One last thing I wanted to add. So Dr. Bullard has been one of my mentors. I've been providing him with some Evolve products and solutions for about 3 to 4 years now. Anytime I get asked for in-office training courses for other dentists to go watch surgeries, he's always the first to mind. It has to be all the accuracy that he believes in. He's still using titanium bars with his as his superstructure. He doesn't, really trust the fit of monolithic zirconia with every patient. So that just shows the accuracy he's aiming for. So if there's one person I would recommend to go watch do a surgery, it's Dr. Bullard.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I appreciate that, Tristan.
Yep.
All right. Well, this webinar will be available on YouTube probably by the end of the day today if you did want to go review it again. And we'll be posting our link on our Evolve Instagram. And thank you again for everyone who comes. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.